What's going on, Bigfoot world? I think I'm getting it together a little bit. Can you guys hear me? It's raining outside, so it's acting up a little bit. Give me a hard time going live, but give me a thumbs up if we're all right. Everybody can hear me. What's going on, Mom? Renee, James. I see everybody on here already. Starting without me, Lori. Merry Christmas, everyone. Nova, what's going on, Nova? Nova, I figure you'd be up here watching live. So everybody can. That dog, man, you better be careful out there, buddy, up there in Colorado, man. And dog, man, ain't no joke. But can everybody hear? What's going on, Bobby Joe? Good to see you made it on here. Tell Weldon, everybody, the family, I said Merry Christmas. Don't drink too much on the New Year's. Hey, we might hook up this New Year's. We have a little New Year's party going. But it's been so far. It's been going for the good this week. I feel pretty good. Can everybody see and hear me pretty good? Because it's hard to tell how this live stream going to go. Yeah, and James, you better take James's warning on the storm coming. I've been hearing about that storm, but you don't hear nothing about it on the news. He's the second person I heard talk about that storm coming. So something's up with it. We got dog man just for fun. Man, them dog man, to be careful with them. They're a whole different world from Bigfoot. They're nothing you want to mess with. That's the attitude times 50. But guys, I got my first letter from you guys, Howard Freeland. I got your letter, man. Thanks. That meant a lot to me. What I'm going to do with these, I'm going to frame my letters and hang them in my office. All the letters that you guys send to me. So that means a lot to me. Howard, I'm not going to read your letter on. If you guys want me to read it on lives on the back, just let me know if you want me to. If it's okay to read it on live, or if you want me to keep it private, I'll keep it private in my office, and I'm just gonna hang it up on the wall like a little collection from you guys. Just remember that you guys are the one that's keeping me going, keeping me out there in them woods, even though it gets crazy sometimes out there. But other than that, and I got another package. I got a package that there's no name on it. I don't know who it came from. Whoever sent me this package, let me know, because man, this is great. But I got a package. It came when day before yesterday, and this little piece of equipment, guys, man, we're gonna put this to work. Check this out. Can you guys see that? But check this out, guys. This is going to do this, man. Could you imagine me putting this up on a third layer? And the batteries are good up to 4 months long. It records forever. Whoever sent me this, let me know, man, because this meant a lot. This will be put to work very soon, very soon. But man, that I couldn't. I was excited when I seen that. That was great. That was. I can't wait to put that. We got interference. I don't know who sent it, but whoever sent it, let me know, because that meant a lot to me. That really did. That little piece of equipment is going to go a long ways. I mean, proving Bigfoot what we do is hard enough, and that it says it don't leave out no sound. There's no. It's this might be what we need, guys. Put that out in Bigfoot land. Anything could happen. Anything. But I'm definitely gonna put that to work. Was James talking about? Oh yeah, he's right about that. It really was a great man. That was an early Christmas gift for all day. That that was something nice. That was something nice, and it's small, compact. I can just pretty much put it inside of a tree and turn it on, walk away. I'm distracted doing something else. I'm gonna have Fred and Mike out there with me. They're all from the time we get in there. They're watching. They know what we're doing. They're watching every move we make. So we're gonna have to somehow trick them on putting that out there. Have like maybe have Fred and Mike over there throwing snowballs at each other, wrestling around or something to get their attention. And while they're over there messing around, I'm gonna be over here hooking it up inside of a log and then walking off, joining in with them, just so they don't try to like distract them while I'm setting the booby trap, so to speak. But Robert Morgan, hey, thanks in advance. But this pack was pretty great. It was a good gift, and stuff like that. That helps us our team get stronger out there. The better our equipment got, the better footage we're going to get on these guys. And judging by the last video, that Scott Maleka, he goes frame by frame looking through my videos, and these Bigfoot are getting pretty close. They're getting like within inches. I mean, like I've been trying to tell you guys, I can feel them there, I can smell them right there, but I just never see them. They're so stealthy. They're like ninjas of the forest. I can't believe how close I'm actually getting to them, and they could pretty much reach out, grab me by the head, and pull me in, and they let me pass. They laugh. I hear them talking every now and then. It's they're something else. I think they're getting used to us being around there. I think that's why they're letting me in there, because I think if I was messing with any other tribe, I wouldn't be getting nowhere near. It's actually me first going in there about 4 or 5 years ago. They never acted like this. I always heard them running off, pounding off, tracking off. But for years, they would run off. We go into the woods, you can hear them like scurrying off. Nowadays, they're sitting there laying low. They'll knock and whoop and let everybody know that I'm there going in, but they're not moving off. They're not pushing off. They're staying there, which is a good thing. That means I'm getting close to them. What was that? Just for fun. It's I wrote it once in there. I'm gonna write it down again. I'll type it in real quick just so everyone knows. It's PO Box. Uh, we I'll do it. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. POX 72. Oh yeah, 65. There it is, right there. I'm pretty sure I put that right. Sorry, guys. Pamela, I see you made it on board. Good to see you on here. Man, Lori, they get close. And that's what I was talking about before I started the post office, telling about the post office box. These guys are getting very close. I mean, they're not. It's not them really getting close. It's me getting close to them, and they're letting me go in, walk past them. It's it's blowing my mind to see how close that I'm really getting to them and not even realizing it while I'm out there. It's they'll go up in and duck down in behind a rock and let me walk right past them. And as I'm walking past them, they'll stand up behind me. So I'm going to have to take you guys' advice and start using that GoPro, strapping it to my backpack, because there was many times that as I'm walking past, they're stepping out from behind a tree or behind a rock. And Scott showed me he caught numerous pictures with them doing that. As soon as I pass, they step out behind me and show their teeth, or it's I don't know if they're smiling, did like they got away with something or what happened, but it's getting entertaining out there in the forest. And with that fresh kill, I was watching that video a couple times. I was watching because what threw me off, there's footsteps going back all back through there. But when I started came out, I heard the drumming, and then I started walking toward. I said, "I'm going to you, drummer boy," and started walking toward the sound, and came in behind them rocks. And then when I seen the first pile of blood, I seen deer tracks, but the human tracks ended before I got back there. And then as I followed the trail of blood back in, I remember seeing there's a big barricade like farmers do when they're crowding their cows. They'll put it out them fence. It looks like there's a big barricade where that deer he couldn't run any further. It's like it ended right there. All the blood ended at that barricade. I think that was I walked into a fresh kill on that. That's how I got so many. Scott ended up getting so many pictures of them, and there was like out beside a bush to my right, there was about four of them sitting in that bush, not even moving, not making a sound. I walked right past them within like 6, 7 inches from being from them. I got an 80-pound stump throwing at my. Yeah, oh man, I had one bad experience with these guys. Now that you said that, I it was at the ravine. It wasn't even really a bad experience. It could have went bad. Me and Mike, it was me and Mike by ourselves. We walked down to the ravine, and I wanted to go down and check underneath the rocks, see what was up on it. Like when you get down in the ravine, there's a big like layer of rocks going up the mountainside, and down bottom there's that's like a tunnel that goes in. And I was working my way down to the ravine, and I told Mike to stay up top and film me as I'm going down. And when I'm walking down into the bottom of the ravine, I hear some cracking up at the top on the other side. So I told Mike, I said, "Hey Mike, film up there. I'm gonna climb up there and see what's cracking and making that noise." And I said, "If you see anything, I gotta climb. I can't watch up there and climb up at the same time." So Mike's sitting over on the other side of the ravine filming, and I'm climbing. I'm climbing up the other side of the hillside, and a female steps out with a log about this big on her shoulder, and steps out, walks up the bank, like where we can both see him. We both see it at the same time, and it's holding a log. All I got to do is flip that log down and on top of me and wipe me back down the ravine. And Mike didn't say nothing. He's just holding the camera on it. He didn't say dad, son. He didn't say none of that shit. He just sat there like, I'm about to film dad getting jacked up. He wasn't saying nothing. And he just sat there and filmed. And I looked at it and it looked at me. And then it turned around with that log and walked away. It was a log like that big. It could have killed me. It could have just smashed me, wiped me right back down. It was like a 50-foot drop back down where I climbed up to, back down into the ravine. It could have went so bad, but she looked down at me and she turned around and walked away. I didn't have no camera on me. Mike had the camera over there filming it. And it's the pictures of that thing is kind of blurred out because Mike was shaking. And the pictures are on my Facebook page, Into the Woods with Jeff. For most of you guys are already a member over there that you can see him. He's got the log up there like this, looking down at me. Well, she's a female. She got pretty big breasts on her, hairy. She's huge. But that was that was an experience that could have really went bad if she threw that log at me. Just for fun, Mike. Mike, he definitely. I like to get him out in the nighttime. Um, we're going to be starting this year off coming up. We were talking about it today on the other channel, Jeff's Real World. We was talking about setting plans up for like all the most haunted places. Gettysburg's going to be #1, and Jamonsville. We're going to be going out there and doing overnight at them places. But I'm going to be posting them videos on Jeff's Real World, starting that channel up, kinda. And I'm going to be taking Mike to Gettysburg for the first time in his life. He's him and Jeff experiencing the paranormal world. It's going to be a video worth filming. That's I can't wait to start that channel. But this channel, I'm just going to keep it straight Bigfoot. I'm not going to try to mix the paranormal world with the Bigfoot world. So I'm gonna keep the haunted videos over on Jeff's Real World, and keep all the Bigfoot videos on this channel here. But this year we're planning for a lot of stuff. Um, I'm in the process of getting a van so we can travel more. It's like a camper slash van. We can travel more. I plan on going down to Colorado, doing a couple videos with James. We talking about joining up with James, checking out his caves. He got a lot of caves out there. I want to get out there before they close them up. Um, don't you reckon they know you ain't going to hurt? Renee, they definitely that clan by now they know what I'm about. They know what I'm there for, and they kind of turn it into a game with me pretty much. It's like hide and seek. They'll let me know where they are, and then when I get there, they'll start making noises over here. But James, I'm not messing with that dog, man. You keep him in your backyard. We're gonna have to go to another spot. I'm not messing with that dog, man. What's up with the big dog? Uh, Sasquatch Omega. Good to see you on here, man. All you guys are on here. Woodburger Farm. It's good to see everybody just sticking together, especially for the holidays, man. It I got a good feeling about this year coming. I'm trying to put this year behind me. I'm done with this year. All the bad juju, all the possession shit. I learned a lot this year just doing what we're doing, especially with Fred. I never believed in possession or none of that shit until, hey, I don't even really want to talk about it. But you guys I firsthand seen, my family experienced it, my friends. When it comes to that possession shit, it's real, and we got to be very careful when we start that channel. Because Fred was generally 100% possessed out of that cave. I mean, he had a beautiful house. He'd give it up, everything in it. He walked away from it, went to his mom's. He completely snapped. When you talk to him, it's like he was staring straight through you. He wouldn't respond to anything you say to him. I forced him to the hospital. The lady stuck him with a needle and put him out to do a brain scan on him and flip out. And that's when he kind of snapped back when she hit him with that. As soon as she poked him with that needle, it's like, what am I doing here? Where am I at? Why are you doing this to me? It's like he came back. And then when the other nurse came, it's like he was gone again. But they refused. It was one big mess. And then it's like he, for the last 6 months, he had a cloud over his shoulders, just following him. This dark thundercloud storm was following him everywhere Fred went. He had this fucking storm just beating him down. Hell was beating him down. He go over here, it's just beating down, and I'm trying to help him out, and it's like the storm following me and my family. Is like, damn, what do we do? How do we get rid of this? But it's like everything went away, and time healed that wound. I'm not trying to go back to that cave really, except for one more time. I gotta do it one more time. You guys know that, and that one more time is probably gonna be the one to get me. Hey, Cookie, here you got your toy. Ever since she was a puppy, she had this toy. When she loses this toy or tears it apart, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do because she sleeps with this thing. She takes it everywhere with her. It's like since she was about 5 weeks old, she had this stuffed animal. I'm gonna have to find 1,000 of these just in case when she tears this one up, and she's still gonna know it's not this one. So I don't know what I'm gonna do when it comes to Cookie losing her toy. I never seen a dog like Cookie. That's her toy. She won't let no one else touch it. It's Cookie's crazy. I'm getting caught up on you guys' comments real quick. I was rambling. Merry Christmas, Leonard. You have a party poem too? That's what this is. Ted, Ted's a party poem. Hey, this is the most expensive Christmas present I have ever spent, right? but he's worth it. He's worth it. He's hey, these party poems can be costly. Let me tell you, that's my last party poem right there. The Bigfoot and the dog man don't get along. I don't think they do. I don't think they do whatsoever. It's like they act totally different. They smell totally different. I think they live totally different. I think the dog man burrow out. I was watching I was listening to a story where the farmer was having problems with him for years, and him and the son went out to go hunting, and they finally found the den of the dog man. They hollow out just like a coyote does or a wolf does. They burrow in holes and they live in there to where Bigfoot go into the rocks, go into natural cave systems, and so forth. So I think the dog man and the Bigfoot Sasquatch are two total different creatures. I don't know what they are. Good to see you on here. Merry Christmas, Rick. Everybody, hey man, I'm in a good mood. You guys, I'm glad this year's about over. It's been one hell of a year. I'm glad it's over. I'm ready to move on, get back to Colorado here in springtime. I know today what's winter. I'm already about spring. What I'm going to do in the spring. That's another thing I was saying. I'm working on getting this van, guys. To see if they're different. They're just learn about them as much as I can in different places, different tribes, different kinds. We're going to get it back in this. We're going to go out there and check you guys' spots out, get it on film, get all the proof we can out there. Back to one of my posts. You mean the person that sent this? I would, hey, message me. Whoever sent this right here, message me because this is one of the greatest things right here, man. By far, this is. I'm speechless on that. That's it's a Plot Watcher Pro, man. It's man. Thank whoever sent that. Thanks, Harold. You're the first person to send me a letter. I got your check, man. Thanks for the check. That meant a lot. It really did help a lot at Christmas time right now. Thanks. Thank you a lot, man. And I'm sitting here giving out your address. Hey, you might get a hot date out of it, Howard, but my apologies on that, man. I wasn't thinking. Good advice, Jeff. It really is. Whoever sent that, man, let me know. Let me know who sent that, because I'm gonna put that device to work. I definitely am. That piece of man, putting that up on the third layer in Bigfoot land. She, especially at nighttime. I can't wait to see what goes on at nighttime up there. And that thing will capture everything. There's a few tree stumps up there. I can set it up inside of it, and it'll catch everything coming in and out of there. That That thanks. Whoever sent that, man, thanks. That really meant a lot. Especially I live in Colorado and I have not heard any of this. Are you talking about Jeff? Do you believe aliens improve people that they? Yeah, yeah. There's something going on with that, but a lot of it's government, a lot of it's aliens doing that shit. What got me believing was Scott Mullica sent me. Uh, I still got the clip. I'm not. I can't release that yet. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. But on this one certain clip that Scott Mullica sent me, it's like 5 seconds long, and it's got a male and female Bigfoot sitting up against a rock face, sitting there side by side. I walked past him, and as I walked past him, I'm filming over that way, talking about something else. I think it's something about up on top of there, and they was down low, sitting there. And as I think me, Mike, and Fred was together, and as I'm passing it, I'm filming them and not realizing that they was there. And a beam, a blue, I think it was a blue beam, came down onto the male, and it came over to the female and went back up. I don't know what that. It was like one of them laser beams that you play with the animals with. It was like one of them, but it came straight down onto them from the sky down, and it went over to the other one, and it went back up. It was like a second thing that happened, but and all in all, it was about 5 second clip, and whatever that was, there was some kind of alien or government thing, or I can't explain what that was, but I seen it with my own eyes. It was something that I still can't explain to this day. And Scott Malika, he's the one who found it, and he still can't explain what it is or why it happened. Beat me up, Scotty. Right, Pamela? But there is some shit out there that we just can't explain. I mean, we experience stuff like that, but we just can't explain. Like that time out there with Deb, when we spent the night out in the woods, into the woods with Deb. We was all walking through the forest around like 1 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning, and were all walking, shining our lights, and off to the right, these two dead trees started banging together. Boom, boom, boom. There was nothing there. This just started crashing. No wind blowing, no nothing. Nothing else was moving, just them two trees clashing together. And then they finally stopped. And I'm like, guys, let's head back up to camp. I don't know what the hell that was. I can't explain it. Let's get back up towards where the tent is. So we walk out around them trees. There was nothing there. Walk out around them trees, and like 50 feet up, the two more trees start doing it again. Started banging. So I run, I run back to the tent. Like I can't explain that. That's the paranormal shit that blends in with the Bigfoot shit, and you don't know which is which. You don't know what's doing what, but it's doing it right in front of you. I got it on film. You just can't explain what it is. High speed internet. My fault, guys. I'm reading you guys' comment up there on the big screen. It's easier for me to see. Trying to get caught up with you guys. Bigfoot has always been around, just more reported today. Experience nothing like that until like my 30s, late 30s. That's when I had my first experience with them, and I never even noticed the signs, the structures. It's like you don't really notice them until you have an encounter. Once you have that first encounter with them, that's when you start noticing like how did that tree get like that? How why is X here? Some questions, and then you start noticing like there really is something out here that why didn't I notice this before? It's you wasn't looking for it. The only explanation that I can come up with. But once you start catching on and seeing the forest structures, highway, it's amazing. Once you see them, you can. It's like you always see them. It's crazy. Mine was the other way around. I've seen structures and X's and A's. If you find the A's, from Australia, I was talking to. The A's, if you find the A's, you're close to their camp spot, to their cave, to their dwelling, wherever they're housed up at. You're close to it. They make the A marks. It seemed like every time I found them A structures, pyramids, or whatever, it's a perfect A. Sometimes they're flat on the ground. I found them standing straight up and weaved in like an A. That's where that's you. When you find them, you found their base. You found where they're at. Definitely, for sure. Them A's mean camp. That's home. That I definitely know that much. And Cal Jackson taught me that. He knows a good bit from coming out of Australia. He knows a great deal. He also was telling me a story, and he's not the only one. I had him from Australia telling me a story, the same story as somebody from Colorado told me the story. That and like between 2 and 5 in the morning, Blackhawks would come in. You'll hear them shooting up through the mountains, and then right before daylight, you'll see the Blackhawks carrying this bag or 4 or 5 Bigfoot in it across the mountaintop, like cleaning them out. When they get like rogue Sasquatches, they'll go in, they'll clean them out and haul them out. And I heard they're doing that over in Australia and over there in Colorado. He told me the same story that they're doing it over there too. I haven't seen them doing it here, but I've seen the Blackhawks up in the mountains. I filmed them circling around me for 16 minutes. Me, Fred, and Mike, they was on top of us. That was like my first video back up on this channel. Oh, the messed up computer. Yeah, that's done. I didn't get a new one yet. I'm still working. It's coming. I'm getting a double screen with the tower. I'm 2 tera gigabytes or whatever. I'm not sure how that's pronounced, but I got it. I got a computer coming very soon. Oh, hell yeah, that's what they said, that they was up there in Australia shooting them and carrying them off in helicopters and bags. They was hanging from the helicopters in these bags. You can see about 5 or 6 of them in one bag going across the mountain. They was calling them out, and they was said they was doing it in Australia and they was doing it in Colorado. I had somebody tell me that they was doing it, but I don't know why they're doing it. I don't know why they just leaving them alone, because they're not really bothering anybody. We have more nuisance animals. We have more problems with the bears than we do with them. We don't even hear from the Bigfoot world. Yeah, everybody's on here tonight. That's a good thing. I'm glad to see it. It's just like a sport. Nah, I seen that picture, James. That looked like that was definitely a dog, man. He had his teeth showing. He was letting you know you was too damn close. That's just like back up. Don't mess with them. You're close to their den wherever they're at, and they're because he wasn't, because even though they was years ago, I didn't even believe they existed until I got a picture of one. Be safe out there, man. If I ever recommend a different Bigfoot besides the dog, man, it was different. It was more than different. It is sending a fear down you. Yeah, family. It was definitely. I seen him on here. Yeah, we gotta watch talking about it, guys. We gotta watch what we're talking about. I'll just tell stories. Man, Big Brother's watching. See, as soon as I said that, hold on, guys. You can hear me pretty good. We got never know. They say they're crazy. I don't know they're crazy, but I know what's out there. I know what's there. No worries. I know what's out there. But I keep trying to tell you guys, I've been talking about like 5 or 6 times we plans this year. It's coming up. It's frozen. There we go. I think we're coming back now. All right. It keeps freezing. I know that's why I was trying to change the subject. Hopefully they leave us alone. Last week we had a good stream, good live stream for like 2 hours, no problem, no interruptions. We didn't talk about it. They said, "No, you talk stream video." As Big Brother Charlie, India, and Alpha shut down and come. Jimmy and Amy. I'm not sure. Yep, it's the government. Yeah, it is. But if I miss something, you're missing a lot of comments. And Big Brother messing. Yeah, they don't want us showing the truth all year, all month. And it's when you're starting to show evidence, proof of them being out there. That's when they start shit down. They don't like that, but that means you're getting close. You're on to something. Keep up the good work and keep getting out there in the woods and doing what you do. You don't stop because they tell you to stop. I mean, who does that? We're grown. We ain't do that since I didn't even do that when my mom tells me not to go. I'm out one door and to the next door, over the hill I go. I mean, I'm not one for listening. So I'll be doing it until who knows when. Good to see you back. You just a subscribe, mom. Subscribe to me. Hey, Mark, let me find out. You just subscribe to Jay Spoon. It's kind of that'd be bad if my mom ain't even a subscriber to me. I know that I know for sure, Bobby Joe. That a buffer for an hour. Can you guys hear me? Am I back yet, or am I just talking to myself? But that means a lot, guys. Bobby Joe, Sam, Lori, Teresa, on the picture I sent you on Facebook. I didn't see it yet, but I'll definitely go over there right after this and look at it, Teresa. I didn't check it out. You've been saying you was gonna send me some pictures that you found on my videos, but I haven't seen them yet. And I will put them in a video. I will definitely put them in a video. If they're I look for it, pretty much if you see them and you can see detail, I'll put them in a video. I'll put them in a video. You're back, Jeff. Oh, I left. I didn't know I left. Cool. It's good. I know, man. I'm just playing. Oh, hey, Leonard in the UK. How's the weather out that way? Everybody doing good? I know the snow's about to come. James Spoon, are you messaging me? Oh, it kicked you out. It kicked James Spoon out. Are you back? Damn, James. See, you gotta watch what you talk about, buddy. You gotta watch. Be careful, man. We gotta just G, or they're gonna shut us down. They're gonna shut us down. But this weekend, guys, I want to make it up to the maze. I've been keep trying to say I'm going to the maze. Last Sunday I got rained out. I didn't get to go. It rained for like 3 or 4 days straight. It's raining now. I want to go up to that maze so bad. I don't care this Sunday if it's raining or not. I'll be in the maze in the rain. I want to go up there and I need my flashlights up there, still up there. There's a few things up there still on that rock that I just abandoned. I need to go back and pick up, and I just ain't made it up there yet. The weather ain't letting me. As soon as I plan something, there goes a thunderstorm. Talk about you ain't going nowhere. It sucks. It sucks. You- But you got to work with the weather, I guess. Got to work with the weather. What's going on, Brown Door? No, I don't think so. Mike's supposed to come with me, but I don't. I ain't been counting on Mike. Ever since Mike got his girlfriend, he got that little tiny hair right here on his chin. I ain't seen Mike since. He kind of disappeared from me. It's like girl, 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 girl. I call him up, Mike. We going to the woods, and he's still stuck on girl. So Mike said he's going, but I doubt it. Right, James? The weather is so unpredictable. You have no idea. The weatherman don't even know what the hell's going on. He said it's going to be in the 50s and 55. It's like 38 out there, pouring down rain, and total opposite of what the damn weatherman said. He's the only guy that can tell a lie and never lose his job. I should have been. I should have been a weatherologist. It's like, damn, they can just tell you anything. I could have did that. It don't matter if they're right or not. They still get paid for it. We will be swimming. That's about it. It keeps us raining though. We definitely are. It's supposed to be snowing right now. What the hell is it doing raining? It's Christmas. We're supposed to have white snow out there, beautiful, making snow angel, taking the kids out, making snowball fights. I mean, the snowman. It was supposed to be getting in the Christmas spirit. It's hard to get in the Christmas spirit when you got a mud puddle out back. I mean, there they need something going on with this weather. It's bad winter, I think. Is it below zero throughout the I spent so much money on oil, fuel for the furnace. It was shoot. It was a bad cold winter. Yeah, mom, that's what I heard. The South get freeze over and then get like 38. That was what the hell? Did you say 40? It's just the weather is unpredictable anymore. You don't know what to expect. So just be prepared for anything, I guess, and dress for anything. I'm wanting to know what got you and that chick that has her own channel together to go into the woods. She has a crazy channel. I don't always see what she sees, but I believe her. Scott Loomis, um, I'm gonna answer you honestly on that, man. When I brought Deb into the woods, when I brought she came in from Philadelphia, I figured she's from PA. She's a PA researcher. I really didn't watch too many of her videos, but I knew that she had like 15,000 subscribers, so I figured it'd be good for us to do a collab with her out there into the forest. Let her come out and experience what we experience, see what we see, and kind of validate what we do. To have another researcher there to see and experience the same thing we see and experience. Come to find out, she was seeing. I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. I'm gonna leave it at that. But hey, you can't judge everybody. You gotta give everybody the benefit of the doubt. If you guys want to come in, experience what we experience, you hook up on Facebook. We'll start chatting, get to know each other. So I gotta make sure you ain't crazy, you ain't out to kill me, because believes that she believed that I forgot what I was saying. She just interrupted, but she believed. I'm just gonna leave that go. I'm just gonna leave that go. What? In Sid area, Australia. I heard about that too. Something's wrong with that chick. Oh man, that's what we're talking about, Deb. And what that was, we had a Bigfoot encounter with her that day. It was a white one. We seen a big white, solid white Bigfoot. Deb was back there looking at a tree stump, talking to a tree stump. There was Mike's girlfriend, Mike, me, and Fred. We was looking at a structure, and we was facing over to the other rock face where the Bigfoot was sitting. It had his arms down on his legs and was watching us. When we was looking at a structure, there was a tree wedged up into another tree, and I was filming that. And as soon as I turned around to head back off that rock face that we was on, over on the other rock face, a white Bigfoot didn't even use his hands. He had his hands down his arms and stood straight up without like putting his hands on the ground. He didn't do none of that. He stood straight up using his legs and gone in like super bionic speed across the top of that rock face, jumped 20 feet over to another rock face and down over. And then he hollered at us. He's like, "Ah!" And he's throwing rocks. It was amazing. It was amazing experience. And it's like we brought her and then we had that. And she's talking about it was a deer. Did you see that deer? Like, lady, if you wasn't over there reading that stump, talking to that stump, you would have seen this big white Bigfoot run down this rock face and jump. We all seen it except for her running back there talking about it. It was just, but that's on film. That I got that on film. Jeff, you skipping my comments again. Sorry, Sasquatch. Let me go back up and check you guys. I was rambling. My bad. Let me get caught up on you guys' comment real quick. Okay, I'm wanting to know what got you and oh, okay, I already got to that. James Spoon, she definitely is in the witchcraft. That's what she said when I confronted her on the live stream. That Christine was sent to kill me, sent her to kill me. That I was a witchcraft killer, or I was a witch hunter, or some shit, and I was going to kill them, and she was sent to kill me first, or some shit. She was saying on that live stream, it was all bad. Sasquatch, Jeff, you skipped mine. I didn't see it. I went back to Sasquatch. I didn't see it. If you're gonna have to type it again, I'm sorry. I'll catch the next one. I definitely will if I missed it. Hopefully, it's not buffering any longer. Oh, I'm sorry. Robert said we're buffering. That is. Can you guys see and hear me pretty good? I hear you, Jay. How come we couldn't see her? We couldn't see her message. Whose message, Pamela? Anybody ever get two or three dog bark sounds? Yes. Every time I go, I got that one. Who is that? Northern Minnesota Sasquatch. Every time I go to that cave, the big hole, the cave on the right side the entrance going down under. There's always dog barks coming out of that cave, and that's why I want to go back there. There's always dog barks coming out of that cave. Fred thinks there's a dog stuck down in there, and I keep man, that's not a dog. It's like a dog's trying to lure us down there to try to help it and save us, lure us into something else. And I know it ain't a dog barking inside that cave, but I definitely hear dog barks. We'll be deep in the forest and you'll hear dog barks. I definitely hear that. People like that got more than a couple screws loose. What are we talking about? How deep into the woods you have to go to get to the south? Do they give you any gifts at that point? God, I go in pretty deep. I get dropped off. we'll drive up about 10 miles up top of the mountain, and then I'll get dropped off up there. And then from the road to the woods, I gotta walk. I'd say maybe 3 miles, 3 miles to get to Bigfoot land and forest through the forest, and it's pretty deep in there. It's pretty deep in there. But there is a spot that I go to right outside of here, Connellsville, and it's right on the city limits. They come down off of the mountain down into the river, and right on the other side of the river is Connellsville City. So the only thing dividing us from them is that river. They're on the other side. We're on this side. We didn't get protected. You tell me. You tell me. Maybe he did because that's what I don't understand. I had a backpack, and she put banana nut bread. I had pecan pie in there in my backpack. I think it was right around Thanksgiving, and I had all this junk food in my bag, and that's what I think that's what was bringing that bear was the scent, the smell of that junk food in my backpack. And my attention was to come out into that field to film the deer because around dusk time, 7, 8 o'clock at night, that field gets flooded with nothing but deer. Like the whole field is 40, 50 deer out there grazing in the field. But when I went out there, I didn't see no deer. And it's like they're always out there at this time. They're every other day, every day they're out there at the time, no matter what. When I come out on my quad, I'll see them there and they'll all scatter off. And that's what I wanted to film. When I step out of the woods, I wanted to catch all these deer scattering off. And there wasn't no deer that when I came out. And I thought that was kind of odd. And so I walked out to the middle of the field a little bit further. And then on my right, I heard, "Rrr," and it like hit the ground or kicked the rocks. I heard this sound back behind me. It's like, what the hell? I'm going live for this, guys. Did you hear that back there? It was like a Blair Witch project going wrong. All I knew is that I had to get back to my rock. The rock was like 20 feet high. I had to climb up a tree and then step over to the rock to get on it. And I felt like if I made it to that rock, I was safe, which is a false sense of security because I know that the bear can climb right up the tree and do the same thing that I did if it wanted to. So I finally got, as soon as I got into the wood line, I seen my phone go black. So I hurry up, put it in my coat and ran in. I couldn't find the rock nowhere for like 2 or 3 minutes. I could hear him stomping around behind me. The bear could have had me. He could have had me 20 times over. He could have had me in the field. And it was like he was playing games with me. Usually they run off, but he stayed close. You could hear him all around me. He didn't come at me, but he was like right around me, and I kept trying to ignore him, looking for my rocks, and I couldn't find my rock. So I finally climbed up. I finally found it. I climbed up. I seen my lantern. I left a little tiny lantern. It was glowing up on top of the rock. That's how I found it. So I ran over to the other side and dropped my bag, and hurried and climbed up the tree and stepped over to the rock and laid down and balled up on top of that rock. And I could hear him circling around, grunting. And he took off with my bag. I found my bag though. The next day, I found the bag. I found I'm missing a lot of things. All my batteries was gone. He got the bread. He got the cakes. He got my flashlight. There was 2 or 3 flashlights in that bag. I ended up getting both of my cameras because had one camera that I threw up on the rock, and my other camera was in my coat pocket. So he didn't get them. I just got to go back and get all the stuff that he strung out through there that I lost. That's why I'm trying to make it to that maze, but I just can't get there. In your trunk for every member of your family. Robert, you're definitely right. I do got a bug out bag here, just in case. He got that bread. He got the banana bread. He got the pecan. He got the whole bag. He took off with the bag. He shredded the top of it where it zippers up over. It's a book bag. The whole top was shredded apart. The zipper part, it was tore, ripped. The bag is done. I can't use the bag anymore. I didn't eat. All the barriers are just spread out throughout the forest. It's bad. It was bad that night. But he left me live. The only thing he wanted was the bread. He could have torn me apart, and he didn't. So I don't know why he didn't. Why he left me go. Why he left me live. He walked off after he got what he wanted. It's like he got some intelligence to him. Bears ain't as dumb as people think they are. They pick and choose what they want to do, and he just wasn't in the mood, I guess. I like banana nut bread too. I wanted that. I wanted it bad. I was hungry that night, but hey, as long as he left me be, he could have everything in that bag for all I care. He left me live. That's all. All that was on my mind. Just let me live. Once I heard him walk so far away, he sounded like he was like 100 yards away. I gathered up the little stuff that I can put in my pockets, jumped down off the other side, and walked like 2 hours out of my way just to get out and run away from him. I walked down off the mountain. It was a nightmare that night. It was all bad. It was a nightmare. It was an experience, but at the same time, it was just I'll never do that again by myself. I didn't throw it to him. I just dropped it. Once I made it, I seen my light up there. I didn't want him to follow me up, so I dropped the bag. Because when I was running, that's all I was thinking. He wants my nut bread. I unfastened it, I dropped it, and I started climbing up the tree. And I stepped over to the down and balled up, and like, please just leave me alone. I didn't make no sound. I could hear him dragging my bag off. Like, man, he got my shit. What am I going to do? He's going to come after me now once he's that. But he just kept on walking. And once he walked off, I went the other direction, didn't look back. I thought the black bear would be hibernating by now. It's like it was November, going on December when I did that. And I figure in my head that they're underground sleeping. They ain't going to mess with me. I didn't. Little did I know it was just bear season. They were just out there the week before me hunting bear. So they don't go into hibernating until it starts getting cold like January, February. I didn't know that, but I know now. I'm sorry, guys. All my best Sasquatch pictures, videos on my channel is pretty interesting, along with an amazing picture that I'm gonna have to check you. I've seen a lot of your work, northern Minnesota. Um, Right, Lori, Bobby Joe, here to northern Minnesota Sasquatch. Are you talking to him? There's another missing mom, just goes out for the hike and vanishes seen since Thanksgiving. You mean out there in Colorado, James? That report came out yesterday here. Jeff, James is right. You don't need to go. People go missing. Yeah, I'm not doing that shit no more at nighttime. I learned my lesson on that one. But damn, James, that's what I'm talking about. Be careful out there, man. Then and Bigfoot gets a lot of bad name because of that shit. I can't even say the Bigfoot's ones that's making people disappear, because if that's the case, I'd have been gone already by now. I I, I think it's other things. I don't know. Bobby is kind of funny. When I first started, I would go so far thinking it's only as well as it didn't have to. No, you don't gotta go far at all to the woods to find them. You just gotta know where to go. I was telling Jeff, you're right. The phone spelled your name wrong. Serial killer. Yeah, that night investigation. I'm definitely not doing that. Not without the whole team. If I got a whole team, we'll do it. We'll get it going. That's Hey, I'm all for it. But as for going out there by myself, they try everything. Tries you when you're by yourself. Every animal tries you. Every everything was testing me that night. It seemed like when I got a couple people, they'll stay at bay. They'll come in so far, but they'll stay. They'll keep their distance. When you're by yourself, they'll come in and play games with you and try you. You gotta be very alert when you're out there by yourself. Carry something with you, some bear mace, something. You gotta definitely do carry something. Okay, Anthony. They have a layer you can buy for protection. What is it, James? What is it that we can buy for protection? State or national parks. Right. You're right, Sam. You're definitely right on that. Yeah, he definitely does. They know when you got guns on you. I've put that to the test a few times. The very first time we went out camping, we didn't take no weapons whatsoever. And we got a lot of activity that night. I mean, we heard shit that we never thought we would hear. We heard bottles clanging together. We just heard so much shit that we can't explain. And then the very next time we went camping, we brought Dustin with us, which he has a permit to carry, and he brought a 9 millimeter with him, and he kept it on his hip. And they knew we didn't. They knew what it was. They seen it there, and we didn't get no activity whatsoever. I think we got one tree knock at a far distance, and they know what it is. They don't come around it, so it's like it. What do you take? You can't take a gun, or you won't never get no activity. If you take bear mace, you got to carry this big gigantic tank around with you, along with all these camera and everything else. It's just like it's it's a job, but we'll get it together. We'll figure it out. Carrie, did you get the door? Somebody keeps knocking on my door and she refusing to answer it. I was interrupting my live stream. I think it's one of my kids. But James, you got to send me a link to what it is. Oh, laser. I don't know about that, but I think the best protection is like what Rio had an encounter. If you guys remember, he was coming back at nighttime. He got stuck up in the woods, and he didn't make it out until after dark. And as he was coming out, he had a bluff charge come at him, and it was coming full fledged at him. The only thing that stopped it, he took that flashlight and started shining it, and it cut off to it just cut off, went to the right. And as he was going out to the trail, heading back to his vehicle, it tried to cut him off, and it was up a trail ahead of him. He had to leave the trail and go down in the woods, and then cut out to the left, back out and into the make it back to his vehicle. And if it wasn't for that high lumina flashlight, his ass was had. It was coming to grab him up, but he hurried up and put that lumina in his face, and it stopped him dead in his tracks. But that I think the flashlight is the best protection against the Bigfoot. Right, Lori? You gotta definitely go and protect it. And I don't advise females to go out there by themselves. Bobby Joe goes out all the time by herself. You, it's not a good thing for a female to be out in the forest by herself. There's too many bad things out there. That go take somebody with you. Get your neighbor, drag somebody out with you. Take your kids out there with you, but don't go by yourself. Like James said, there's 13 people since Thanksgiving came up missing out on his mountain. I mean, you don't want to go out there by yourself, Lori. Not unarmed, not unarmed. But I'm sorry, I keep checking out you guys' comments, trying to get caught up and talk at the same time. I'm used to having Fred right here help me read this and then telling me You know what I mean? But I gotta do both at the same time. It's like, damn, be great for protection. Yeah, a stun gun. Gene was sending me these links. I don't know if Gene's on here. He ain't been feeling too good these last couple of days. I don't know if Gene's on here, but he been sending me these links about these certain sprays. It's like a gun. It's some kind of gun. It shoots out uh, pepper spray or bear spray, and man, I want to get some of that just in case, because that last bear encounter, that kind of it's scary, and I ain't trying to do that. I ain't trying to have another encounter like that again. Not on. I want to at least have something to scare it off of me. Fred might be at your door. No, it was the kids. It was her son at the door. He locked himself out, taking the garbage out. I gotta start being way more. Yes, you do, Bobby Joe. That's what I was talking about. You're always out there by yourself. There's Panthers out there. What you seen, you already know about him. I ran into him about 2 years ago on my quad out on the power lines. He's pretty big and he's definitely out there. That's a. They say we ain't got Panthers, but they're there. I've seen them myself. I've seen them firsthand, and they're not unpredictable. You don't know what they're liable to do, especially when he knows that you see him. I mean, anything can happen. So just be careful when you're out there. You, Bobby Joe, shit, I was terrified. I had to. It was like hours walk out of that woods, and it seemed like it never ended. That night never ended. When I made it to my doorstep, the birds was chirping. I had to walk the whole way home because it was just late. I was supposed to stay there all night until the next morning. Then I was going to have my uncle come up pick me up out on the road before the hunters came in, and none of that plan just went through out the window real fast. That black bear changed my plans real quick. But I'm glad you guys are spending this Friday night with me, hanging out on this holiday weekend coming up. Go see them. Go see what? Go see Tim Wells, Bow Hunters, Bigfoot video. James, I'm gonna check him out. I think that's the second time you told me about him. I'm definitely gonna check him out. On that video of you walking around in the dark, did you see the red eyes in front of you? Yes, yes. If you ain't, I mentioned it. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, I seen it. I definitely seen it. What state are you in? We're in Pennsylvania. We're in Fayette County, Pennsylvania. James, I can't wait to get down there and check out your spot. You got some crazy spots. Um, Tim Wells, right, Lori, right. It says my signal's down low. Can you guys hear me pretty good? Oh, definitely, James. Hey, me, Fred, and Mike we're coming. Cool. Thanks, Canadian Chris. Ain't nobody else answering me. They're all talking to each other, ignoring me. But that's the way it goes. I was buffering. Can't wait for that video. Man, I just can't wait to get back out into the woods. It's like this weather's holding me in and I'm getting cabin fever. I'm tired of sitting in the house. I gotta get out. I hear what? Am I near Pottstown? No, but I'm I'm near next to Weedsville. Right, James. Hey, we're going to start making plans here in a couple of months for the springtime. Like I kept trying to tell you, it keeps slipping my mind. I'm working on again some kind of van where we can travel a little bit further to get out there that runs good. I wouldn't like a little RV or something with a bed, refrigerator in there that we can go out for like a week at a time and start doing trips, going to different hot spots, doing interviews like Rio was supposed to do, and he quit on us. I mean, there's a lot of things out there that a lot of places I want to go check. A lot of you guys, hey, we're going to hook up and get out there and I heard a lot of stories these past couple of days. I've been reading on you guys' stories. Don't think I haven't been reading, and I want to go check them out. I definitely want to check you guys' places out because they sound amazing. Cookie wanna Cookie wanna be on. We're on live, Cook. See, you're on TV. You're on TV, puppy. We're definitely gonna plan some stuff out for the future once I get that on there. Sheila, she's doing better. I don't know if you ain't heard. She had a fall. She fell. She had 17 fractures in her. She broke her nose. 17 fractures in her face. I seen her today. She looks pretty good. Sheila, if you're on here, hey, get we're praying for you still. I hope everything works out for you. But she had that fall. She fell and hit her face, and 17 fractures on both sides. She broke her nose, but she's all right. She's strong. She's healing. She's old. She's older. Sorry, Sheila, if you're watching. I didn't say you're old. I meant you're older than me, but she's still hanging in there. Um, that's still in the plans. It definitely is. She wants to get out there. I want to get out there. My uncle, I gotta get my uncle. My uncle's in the process of opening a pizza shop, and it like his main focus is on that, getting that together. So everything's rolling. We just gotta everything gotta just fall into place pretty much. But Sheila, once you start feeling a little bit better and we get a warm day, we're going to disappear and go out there to your hometown and film that. I would like for you to tell your story, and she actually knows where they live, where the cave is. There's a waterfall with a cave back behind it, and that tribe lives inside that cave there. She said they won't even let you 100 yards up to it. They'll chase you off before you get anywhere close to it. But even if I can get that on film with them chasing us off away from there, that'd be awesome. It'd be great. But Sheila's World is definitely on top of my list. I can't wait for Sheila's World. That's that blew my mind. That was one of the experiences when I experienced that with her a couple years ago. That blew my mind. How they know her, how they react around her, and I have to definitely get that on film. Pamela says no case. That's where their house is, Pamela. That's where they live. And hey, the only way we're gonna get them on film is to knock on the door and ask for permission to come in and go on in and see what happens. But Sheila, yeah, I'm praying for you that everything goes for you well for you. I seen you today, and you look under the circumstances. You look pretty good. I mean, it messed up, but especially to have your face messed up for Christmas, that got to be painful. And I'm praying for you, Sheila. Get well, and you're definitely going to go hit the woods once you're feeling better, Sheila. With that being said, guys, everybody got their shopping done. Everybody ready for the holidays. Man, my holidays is New Year's. I only drink like once or twice a year, and that's one of them. That's one of them. Robert, at least 2,000 luminous in a flashlight. Yeah, but I can't never find, and it seems like in my area, I can't never find nothing like that. The highest I can get is like a 4,000 lumina. I think I found, I might have found a 5,000 lumina, but they want like 40 or $50 for the flashlight, and that's way out of my price range right now, especially at Christmas time going on. I gotta I gotta get the kids out the way. You know, you gotta have, kids gotta have a Christmas. So I'm gonna get their Christmas out the way, and once that comes and goes, we're gonna start working on better equipment. But online, I'm going to start looking for higher lumen flashlight, like a 6,000 or 11,000 lumina flashlight. The biggest lumina, the better. To where I want to light this place up when I go into the cave or go out into the forest at night. That's the best defense out there is your light, and the lights I got, they suck. I know it's hard. Yeah, right. Well, when you ain't got the money to do it, then you got to pretty much do what you got to do with Walmart tax lights in January. I'll send you. Okay, Pamela. Hey, every little bit helps. I'll definitely put it to work. Does Sheila have a YouTube channel? No, uh, but she's on Facebook. She might be on here now. I haven't seen her yet. But Sheila, are you on with us? uh, Sheila Locke on Facebook. If you guys want to look her up, she has a Facebook page. You guys go over there and wish her well. Tell her I sent you. Give her uh, get well soon or whatever. But she needs all the prayers we can give right now. She's kind of older in age. She's like in her 70s and just had a fall. She tripped over her kitchen table leg or something and broke her nose and fractured 17 bones in her face. So she's going through it this holiday. It kind of sucks. But let me catch up on you guys' comments. A woman in season shouldn't go out in the woods. Right? That's what I was saying, Robert, at all. Especially in rut season. Please stay out the woods in rut because the animals only got one thing on their mind, and that's chasing the tail. They'll wipe out anything that gets in between the tail. the you got to be very alert on rut season. Like last couple of weeks, we was in rut, and the animals are getting so retarded. They're just they're not scared of man. They lost how they used to have their fear of man. They don't. They're not as scared of man anymore. They'll walk up to you. They'll the animals are just so different anymore. They're changing. 70 is a bit old to be out in the woods. Well, we're not going to take her to the woods. We're going to take Sheila out to where she used to live, and between her bus stop on the road and where her home front is, they used to meet her every morning. They'd be in the wood line and they would walk her to the bus stop. Well, almost to the bus stop, like 50 feet from the end of the road. She said they'll stop right here and wait for her. And when she came home from the bus, she would come down the road and at the same spot, they'll meet up with her and they'll walk her back home every day for like years, for 20 years, 15 years. They would walk her. One time every year, they would still, I want her to tell the story. That she tells the story so perfect they was still one of her pigs every year. I guess her dad had a pig farm up there, and every year, at a certain time every year, they would come and steal one pig and walk off. And she said that her dad thought it was the brother-in-law that was coming stealing the pig and selling the pigs, but come to find out, they the one year they came and stole a pig, and they ended up leaving footprints in the mud and tracks going out. And they had a college university come in. Instead of taking a cast at a print, they cut out the whole square the whole ground and took the whole square and took it and analyzed it. And she said they never heard nothing back from that college, back from that footprint or nothing. But she got a amazing story. And when we go out there and she gets out and they start acting the way they act, guys, they'll probably take my channel again, cut it down. But that's something you guys got to see because it's experience. Everybody got to experience. They knew her. What was weird? She's older and she ain't been in school for years, and they still remember her. When she was telling me a story, and as we was going, and she stopped, and she said, "Right here is where they would wait." And she got out the car and walked around to the back of the car, and I followed her around, and then they started shaking the trees and clattering, and I heard them behind me crossing over a creek. Sound like a deaf person trying to holler, talk to her, and like she like they're coming. They don't know me. I'm trying to I was borderline crying, trying to get back into the car because once you shut the car, the newer cars, they automatically lock up. I'm like, Sheila, let me back in. They don't know me. It's okay. You're safe. You're with me. They know me. And I'm thinking, like, they think I'm with her. They're going to attack me. I was thinking the worst. And she was like, they know me. I freak. You guys, you got to see what I keep talking about it and I keep talking about it. I got to get out there and get that on film because that blew my mind. It scared me. It was so terrifying that they did that. They acted like that because I've been out there for like years with them, playing with them, and they never did anything like that, made any sounds like that, shook the trees. I never got any kind of activity like that. And she gets out the car within 5 seconds, they started doing that shit. I have to. That's like one of my main things. I have to get that on film. Whatever. That's what I was thinking. They didn't know me, so I was trying to get back into the car, and she wouldn't let me into the car. She was trying to calm me down, like they know me. It's okay. Like older ladies do, like you're all right. You're with me. But I was thinking, no, I'm not all right. They're going. They don't know me. They're going to get me. If you please let me into the car. And then she finally got into the car, and we left off. And I told her, I was like, Sheila, I got to get this on film. One day we got to come back out here. Let me film this. And for the longest time, she didn't want nobody to come out to her spot. Didn't want me to take Fred. And then it was like a problem because Fred was the one that was going into the cave. And it's like one thing led to another. Then finally this summer, hey, we're going to, she was ready. She every time I seen her, she asked me, we're gonna go out there and film that. I want to get that story out. She says, she like pretty much told me that like I sensed the way she was telling me that like she's getting close. She's not gonna be around much longer. If I want to get it, I better get it done. Type of thing. That's the feeling that I got. David, David Jabbar. Thank you, man. Thanks, thanks, David. But I'm definitely, guys. I'm definitely gonna get that on film, no matter what. I got to. That's experience that I want everybody to experience. I want her to tell her story the way she told it to me, and then I want the same thing to unfold the same way it unfolded with me because that blew my mind. I know, guys, that would make TV. I know that'll make TV. If I can get that on film, that would make TV alone. That I got that's on the top of my list this year. Definitely, definitely. But David, that thanks, man. How do I donate? Um, how do you donate? I have a GoFundMe. Sheila Lock. That's what it is. That's how do I donate? Um, I'll type it in down here. Let me get that for you. Give me that box so I can get my paper to the GoFundMe. I'll type it. I'll type the GoFundMe down in here for you guys. And in advance, that definitely means a lot. Trust me, especially Christmas time. But I have it written down here. I'm gonna type it in down here. I don't know if the link would send you over to it, but you might have to after the live stream. I don't know how that works, but here it is. All right, right here it is, guys. That's the GoFundMe. Yep, that's the GoFundMe right there. If you want, or the PO box, however you guys want to do it. But thanks in advance on that one. But anyways, at the time, back to Sheila. What's that say? Let me get caught up on you guys' comment. Super chat. Yeah, super chat definitely does. Yeah, it takes a lot. That's why a lot of times I just use the GoFundMe. And Harold, he sent me a check in the mail. That helped a lot. I appreciate that. You guys, when it comes to that, you guys are great. And they, it seemed like as soon as I'm fine and dandy, as soon as I get up against the wall, it's like somebody will send something and like pick me right up, put me where I need to be. And guys, you guys are great when it comes to that. But any man in black lately? No, not lately. Not since that one time. That one time I came home and they was out there in that white SUV. That was the like last time. I ain't seen them since, but I'm sure they're still around. I've been keeping my eye open. I've been watching for followers. It seemed like every spot I go to, they find it. They follow me. They try to deter. They're. I don't really want to get into it, but on a certain Friday, I'm going to get into it. I want to talk about them, and I'm going to expose them for who they are and what they work for, and their association. Anything that has association attached to their name is associated by something else. What association means, and I'm going to bring them groups onto the front street. I think you guys need to know because every time you guys have a sighting or catch something on film or you get a picture, good solid evidence of a Sasquatch moving or any kind of evidence of Bigfoot, and then you send it to the organizations for verification or proof or whatever your reason is for sending your material to them, to the associations that you guys know I'm talking about, they'll find a way to discredit it. They'll say it's something else, even though you got solid proof, solid evidence of a Bigfoot. They'll discredit it and say it's something else, a bear, anything but what it is, and they'll just make a mockery of it. It's just it's sad. I don't want even want to get into it because then they'll cut me off. But you guys understand what I'm saying. You guys definitely understand. Mary, it's good to see you on here. Do I support Israel? As in what sense? as in what they're doing, what they're yeah. I mean, who doesn't? Um, know when you're there, they play. Yeah, they definitely know when I'm there. That's it took me a long time to build up that kind of activity with them guys. I've been messing with that same tribe for like 4 years, and they just now just started acting like that. These past year, this year here, they just started instead of pushing off and scattering. A lot of you guys seen that video that Rio did with that cup of water, and he had what he do? He had salt in. He put a little bit of salt, and he said no. He put the pepper in. He dumped pepper on top of the water in the cup, and you can see all the big. He said these are the Bigfoot right here, and they was all through the area. And then as soon as he dumped, what was it? He dumped uh, a drop of baking soda or something, and then that pepper just spread it out to the surface. And that's the best explanation when it comes to Bigfoot. Every time one of us, a human, walks into the woods, the Bigfoot that are in that area, they'll spread out and around you and like disappear. Well, they've been doing that for the first 2 3 years of me messing with them. This past year, they just they warn everybody that I'm coming in, and they'll stay there. They won't push off. They'll go up into the rocks or they'll go up into the trees. They'll stay right there in Bigfoot land and let me walk all around through there. They'll make a noise over here. It's like a game to them, and they're finally changing. It's like I feel like they're accepting me into their tribe, so to speak. But the only defense I have with them is my camera. Once my camera is away, they act more arrogant. They get more bold. I pull the camera out. They'll keep their distance, throw rocks here and there, throw rocks at me. They'll make sounds over there, or they'll whoop. Or this last time they was playing drums. It was like a deaf person trying to keep the beat on the drums. It was weird, but it's getting interesting. Every time I go up there lately, it's something always happens. Something's going on. They're there. I thought that they migrated off in the wintertime, but they're still there. They're still up there, and I don't know. I don't know how they're surviving through the winter. They got to be eating the meat and surviving that way, eating the bark. I noticed there's a lot of bark been eaten off them trees up there. They're stripped down a lot of them trees. It's always the same trees. It's not different trees that they're eating. They're always eating the same. I'm gonna have to find out what kind of tree that is that they're eating on. It's always the same kind of tree that they're eating the bark off of. And another thing, there's I find stashes of nuts, walnuts in the ground. There'll be a stick stuck into the ground, and if you dig around that stick, you'll find a deep hole filled with nuts. And I think that's what they're doing too. They're foraging through the summer to hide little stashes, nut stashes, and pine cones, and then they'll come back later on through the wintertime and they'll dig up them food stashes to get through the winter. I think that's what they're doing. But I'm still learning, guys. When it comes to these guys, every trip out there is like a learning experience. I noticed four-dimensional structures, and he explained this in that video. Noticing how the front structure would be lined up on the yeah, then the structure in the background. This was very true a lot of the time. Yeah, you're right, northern Minnesota. You might bluff charge for calling it. The that blood and boot prints. Did the boot prints keep going? No, no. That's what I was following back first. I heard the drumming going back, and then I was following. I think it was a hunter. It was human boot prints. I followed the set it back in between the rocks, and when I went out around, it ended. And then that's when I come across and then I started following them up, and then there was like a puddle of blood here, and then there'd be splats here and there, and then there'd be another big puddle of blood, and then there'd be splats here and there, and then there'd be another puddle, and that was it. that was completely, if it was, I was thinking about that, and I still think about it. If it was a hunter and he was tracking that deer, when the deer's done, the hunter will gut it out right there where it lays. He'll leave the gut bag out and he'll drag the deer off. There was no gut bag nowhere. There was no drag marks of the deer going out. The deer tracks ended with the puddle of blood right there. I don't know if I don't want to say that maybe a hunter shot it and Bigfoot took it, but I heard him drumming back there and he led me. I felt like he kind of led me back there to it, and there was no drag marks. There's no gut pile back there. There was none of that, and the hunter footprints ended at the rocks. He didn't even finish coming out around. If he would have finished coming out around to the other side, he would have seen the deer tracks and then the blood splatting going up through, and he didn't see none of that. So I don't know what I walked into, but I felt like that whatever was drumming onto the log out there, he led me over to it. I felt like he led me to that because when I walked to the direction of the drumming, that's what I ran into. So I kind of feel like that they wanted me to find that, or it was leading me. I was the next one going to be into it. I don't know. I have a sick Bigfoot. Is that structure the A? There's a lot. If you find the A structure, you found their home base. It's a definitive capital A. You can't miss that. If you once you find that, you found their home base. The boot prints. The boot prints ended right before the rock. What, what did the arches mean? I don't know. I have no idea. But I find more arches than anything. And I ran into a hunter, BB Hunter. I ran into him up in them woods, and he had an argument with me saying that they're tree leans or the weight of the snow bows them over. But then I had to show him that not all of them are like that. That some of the tree leans are tied at the other end. They'll have a log laying across the end of them, or keeping them arched over. A snow load ain't going to do that. And as soon as you see this arch, you go over there. I think there it might be a substitute for a tree lean. It just it follow the way that their path, because if once you find the first lean, a couple of feet behind that, you'll find another tree lean, and so forth. And you keep following them leans back, you're gonna find either food, water, or their shelter. Once you start doing it like over and over again, seeing their signs and following each step of their sign, you'll get used to it, and you'll eventually run into them. They have I don't really know a lot about them. I'm not gonna sit here and play like but could you give me some coffee? But the little things that I do catch on, and they're smart. Them creatures are very smart, and they're more human than I think animal, in my opinion, from what I see of them. Yeah, the archers are always in a line, always. Or you'll find a row of logs that's always connected, and they're always running somewhere. The logs, when one log connecting, touching that one, and so forth and so forth, and follow them up. For some, I think they use them in the wintertime, because when you're walking through the woods and you see them logs connected, there will be no snow on them logs. There'd be 6, 8 inches of snow everywhere else, and except for that row of logs, they'd be completely cleared off of snow. And I've been trying. I want to get up there this year and film that and show you guys that they are using them logs that They're walking along the logs and they're going tree to tree to save from walking on the snow that leave the snow prints. They know they leave footprints behind, and they go out of their way to cover up the snow prints. You'll be slim to none to catch it's probably a Bigfoot if you do find footprints in the snow, and he's just not caring at all. But they do use them logs to walk on instead of leaving their footprints along in the snow. Can anybody have any answers for this? And film it. When you go out in the spring, film it. Film everything you do, because you never know when you're going to get a sighting or activity. When it happens in seconds, more faster than you can blink. When it does happen, you got to be ready and already filming. I have no idea, Canadian Chris. But I was talking to someone. I think her name was Nick. She mentioned that name before. She's a native. It's an Indian. It's an Indian word. I'm not sure what that means, but I have seen it before. I'm thinking that's what the Indian natives call the Sasquatch. Are they aggressive? What do you mean? These Bigfoot here that I'm messing with, they don't seem to be, not towards humans. They don't seem to be, not with me, anyways. Um, as for Woodburger, uh, I understand fully Sasquatch and Mega, but hey, you gotta take the good with the bad in this world, in this game. When it comes to the Bigfoot world, hey, that's a tough crowd. You guys are a tough crowd, and you guys are hard to convince sometimes, and which is good because you want to keep weeding. I know why people make fake videos anyways or fake dumb shit because it's making it harder for the people that's really trying to prove that there's a creature out there, and we need people like you guys that keep us on our feet, keeping the shit real, legit out there. We don't want no. I mean, I know why they're doing it, and I don't want to get into why they're doing it. It's more of a discouraging thing than anything. But I ain't going to get into that right now because it's running pretty smooth right now. I want to keep it running, keep it running. Definitely active down here. Nothing like Utah. Utah, that's another spot. Utah, Colorado, all across the Appalachians, pretty much. You guys, it took me 20 years to figure out what I encountered. I still, right? Yeah, definitely, Martha. As long as you guys know, that's all that matters. Who said that? Oh, I thought you was calling me Bodine. They want people confused. Yeah, that's why they do it. They whistle in your ear. One got a crush on you, Pamela. You better be careful out there. I had one do that same thing. That night I was out there, I felt like something touched me in my back. I freaked out. Oh man, like right on my shoulder. It poked me twice in the night. There was nothing there when I turned around. That's some freaky, terrifying shit. Man, there's some them woods are enchanted. When it comes to Pennsylvania woods, man, them woods are just they're unexplainable. Yeah, I can't. That's the best way I can explain it, right, James? There's just we ain't even break the ice of what's out there yet. There's so much unexplored forest out there, and then when somebody does experience it, they usually don't make it back out. Pennsylvania, that's what I'm gonna say. Guys, Pennsylvania is one of the oldest, darkest states around. And you can Google it yourself. It got a lot of history, a lot of background, a lot of sightings. It's a very good hotspot for a lot of things. And I'm like right smack dead in the middle of it. So the only thing I could do, guys, is get out there and film it. Erie, PA too. You're right. You're right, Harold. There's a lot of stuff around the lake, Big Lake Erie. A lot of sightings. That's a very good hot spot out there at Lake Erie. I've been out there a few times, and I plan on going back out there camping once I get this RV going. That's one of the main spots I want to get out there and film out there in the forest around Lake Erie. But there's a lot of red ones out there, a lot of mean ones out there that they don't like people on the backside of it. I guess there's a special part in the backside of Lake Erie that no one really goes to. You got to go in by boat, and there you have a lot of activity, a lot of sightings of the big red ones out there. My dog is a Chihuahua and barks his. Mine does too, Lori. He probably does. You just don't know. Cookie, she's always barking at the strangest things. Take a small drum and see if Bigfoot answers you. That's a good idea, Mary. But I'm not gonna carry a drum like 6 miles up there, but I am gonna try to mimic what he did back when I go back up there. I'm gonna drum on a tree trunk or something. I'm gonna do what he did to me out there and see if he comes to me like I went to him this time. But they're playing games out there with me lately. Last week I forgot to take the peanut butter and stuff. I got it packed in my bag this time. I'm not forgetting it. It's in my bag. It's all my gear is already ready from the last Sunday when I was supposed to go, but I got rained out. I know, me too. Bobby, yeah, I can barely keep up with the comments myself. I'm trying though, guys. I'm sorry if I missed some of your comments. I do after the live stream's over. I do go back over and read over everything. So I will read your comment. If I did miss it, I will read it. Don't think that I won't, guys. But I'm I'm trying to check James Spoon's place out first, Jeff. Mary, we're going out there this spring. Like I wouldn't say spring. I would say like in the beginning of summer, the end of spring. We're going to take a trip out there to the Rocky Mountains. I've been wanting to go out there with James Spoon. He got a few caves that we're going to go hit up. That's going to be a trip for the whole team. We're definitely going to hit that. We're going to document all that. So Lori, be ready for that one. Mary, my fault. Mary's the one that said that. Have you seen any babies? Not yet. I haven't seen any babies this year. I haven't seen any babies for a couple of years. It's been about 3 years since we seen a baby. Me and Carrie was out there and we seen a newborn, a little 4 foot one, and the mother over on the far side of the ravine. But I ain't seen her yet in the past 2 years. I ain't seen her in a while. that when I did the overnight challenge at the maze by myself, I think I heard her come up. I think I heard her come up from the ravine up to the maze, but I didn't see her. But I'm pretty sure I heard her over there. I heard her saying something. I heard her walking through the leaves. It sounded like the wind was just blowing up from that direction, but I didn't really get to see what it was. When are you going to Dogman Island? When we're going Dogman Island, oh, you mean up along the maze where we got that picture at from that's gonna be this week because I gotta go up there and get my flashlight and all that stuff back off of that rock. I'm gonna go up there and film up the inside the maze area, and all down along that way. See what's going on that side of the mountain. Because I didn't really spend a lot of time this year over there, so I really don't have no idea what's going on over that in that area. I haven't seen him, but I got him on picture. I got him on film. We was walking past the maze, and about 100 yards past the maze, along the rock face, I was looking in a rock crevice, and there was a dog man laid up, like up against the rock crevice, laid back. And as I was going by with the camera, he leaned up and showed me his teeth, and I didn't notice it until later that night when I watched the film. He he was in there, and that's the day he's like he was laid back, and as I was going past him, he leaned up and showed his teeth. I should have seen it. We all should have seen it as we walking by, but maybe we wasn't looking down. We was looking up at what was up coming down. I don't know how that happened, but we should have seen it. No, it's okay. I don't want you pain in the butt. Thank you. Yeah, I'm definitely sending prayers out for Sheila. I seen her today. I talked to her today. She's hanging in there. She's her face looked rough. I felt bad for her. I see she's in pain. Sheila, get well, Sheila. If you're watching, we definitely James. It's on my calendar. This is my thing to do. Calendar. You're in it, James. We're definitely going. That's it. You're on our list. We're gonna hook up later on, coming up soon, James. We're gonna get out there. We're definitely gonna get out there, hit some caves, get high up in the Appalachian before we get up there. you, you just hit the like button. Right. Time for a reminder. Everybody hit that like button, guys. Don't forget to hit it. That helps me out with YouTube, guys. YouTube, you guys know how YouTube can be. So definitely hit that like button. I was sorry, guys. I was just getting caught up on you guys' comments up there. We're going to start wrapping it up. It's on 2 hours. So it's about that time, guys. I enjoy saying talking to you. Have you ever heard of Lights in North Carolina? Yeah, we were just watching videos on that just recently about it. The documentaries on that. That I wouldn't mind seeing that. That would be interesting. But that's like a paranormal thing going on, or UFO or government phenomenon going on out there. That would definitely be a force that I'd like to spend the night in, but not by myself. I love to meet up, James. I'm all about collaboration. That's right, Sasquatch Omega. We can all go out. That's what we are supposed to do last year. Colorado, Bigfoot, Rio, all of it. Utah, we all supposed to go up and meet up last year in the Rocky Mountains and just hit the mountain hard. And something's, well, you know how it goes. I don't want to getting us cut off already, so I'm just gonna leave that out of the Rocky Mountains. I want to get up there. I want to get up there and start filming some stuff. At least spending a week. Um, I don't know. Black forest here, people get chased out of the forest here by orbs. I want James. I can't wait to go out there, man. I just can't. We're definitely gonna get out there. He's out. Where's James Spoon talking about? He's out in the Rocky Mountains. He's high up in the Rockies. I don't want to give out his exact location, but he's deep up on top of the rock. I've been there a couple years ago, and in August, there was snowing. My mom took me up there. She's seen it for herself. We went up at the bottom of the mountain. It was like 96 degrees. As we started going up the mountain, it was July, August, sometime around them months, and it was snowing. There was the higher we got up, the worse the roads got slippery. It was 2, 3 feet of snow. That was the day we seen a fucking ram come up across the road, climb up a rock face, and like almost upside down and up on a cliff. Up, that was amazing that a ram can do that with hooves. He's like was upside down and back up on there, looking down on top of us from on top of this mountain. The animals are amazing, man. They can do incredible things that I only wish that I could do. But while I'm that far behind, I was all the way up there. I go with y'all, never by myself. Right? Lori, hey, you guys are welcome anytime. Sasquatch, all you guys. Kim, hey, as long as you ain't out to kill me and my family, you guys are welcome to come out and experience what we experience. Like James said, hey man, you guys are welcome. Just we're out there trying to experience the exact same thing. So we gotta make some plans and get it going. Get out there and see what happens. That's where in the Highlands in North Carolina. It's not at the bottom. Yeah, thanks, Kim. Thanks. That means a lot. No, I don't do the weapons either. Pamela, don't worry about that. Um, you pissed one of them off, Pamela. I had that happen before, and there's never a good outcome. All the stories I've ever heard of when they follow you home, it's never a good outcome. I don't know how you would stop that. Maybe if you feed them, start feeding your house, like walk out a mile, find a gifting area, start gifting them. Even maybe even not even food, give them stuffed animals or marbles or toys or just like make amends with them. But it sounds like family. It sounds like you might have pissed them off. Then that might be it too. You've been feeding them, and then you stop feeding them after a while, and now they're becoming more aggressive because they was depending on you, and now that you stop, they're coming to your house, knocking on the door. Hey, we need some food over here. That could be it too, Pam. You might have to pick up that routine and start leaving. Try it. Leave them a couple things out there. See if they back off. Leave your house alone. The compost. They definitely will follow you home. James is right about that. If they're able, they will follow you back home once you start feeding them. If you start feeding them, you got to keep feeding them, or things will go bad. They'll come into your cabin. They'll come into your house. So I, when it comes to feeding them guys, it's like a good thing. If you're far away, if you're going to them, if you're going out to the forest where they can't get to where you live, it that's one thing. But if you're leaving your house and walking a couple miles into the woods and feeding them where they got access to come to you, that's always that could go either way. That could go either way. Why do they want compost? Probably the things that they're throwing in there. They're probably throwing like rotten apples in there, different stuff. When it comes to compost, anything can go in there. So they're probably sorting through that, weeding through it, eating what they want out of it. It definitely can. Harold's right. It definitely can be dangerous feeding them. I feed them, but I don't walk a couple miles from my house and feed them. I got to get in the car, drive up the mountain, walk a couple miles over, cross to another mountain, and then I'll drop the food off, leave them some peanut butter or whatever, apples, and walk off and get picked up. That's probably the best way if you're going to feed them. Don't feed them outside your house because they're going eventually. You're going to miss a day or two of not feeding them, and then they're going to come in and take what they want. That never turns out good on that side of it. Manure, different stuff. Yeah, yeah. It's well, guys. It's been fun. It's getting late. I don't want to keep wasting you guys' time. We had a good educational little chat. I really don't want to end it yet. Yeah, James, that's because we keep talking about things we ain't supposed to talk about. So they're trying to separate us a little bit. If you ain't noticed that yet, James, but we're definitely gonna hook up. We definitely gonna hook up and get it going. Sasquatch and Mega, we can all get out there at the same time, take a plan for the trip, meet out there, and just hit them woods running. I like to hit out Utah, out your way as well, because the mountains out there is just they're fascinating. Rocky Mountains, Utah mountains. I mean, United States is a beautiful area, and we just gotta. Yeah, I see it starting to buffer, and I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it short here. But guys, you have a good night, man. Thanks everyone for joining me this Friday night. Everyone have a good Merry Christmas. It it's gonna be a good one here. The kids are ready. Everybody's ready. I hope you guys have a good New Year's. I should be talking to you again before the New Year's come, but I might not get to see you guys before Christmas. So I hope everybody have a good Christmas. I hope everything works out as planned because you got that certain plan for Christmas. You wanted to go the way you wanted to go, and it never goes the way it's planned. But just take it as it comes and keep on moving on. But guys, you guys have a good night. Merry Christmas to everybody, and I'll see you guys soon. Until then, stay tuned, guys.